James Gilliland, the sun, it is the real driver of Earth changes, including climate change. Man's contribution to carbon dioxide is minuscule compared to naturally occurring fires and volcanoes. The sun is ramping up with 3 M-class flares and more X-class to come. Planetary alignments, the Lion's Gate with the Neptune-Saturn alignment, especially the full moon, will amplify the sun's effect, creating a major reset. Take some quiet time, walk in nature shoes off to recalibrate, drink lots of pure water. This August, major planets are all lined up for some spectacular events. As we have said for over 40 years, the formula is solar flares, changes to the bioelectric fields around the body, creating mood swings, emotional outbursts from agitation to lethargy, followed by severe weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc. This is all followed by an increase in earthquakes and volcanic activity. Cutting-edge scientists have just realized the connection of solar activity to earthquake and volcanic activity. Hope eventually they will tie it to weather, social, and economic changes. They are all connected. Speaking of social changes, looks like the deep state roundup is in full swing. Welcome to the Muggle Show. Justice has already been meted out to many of the players. Subpoenas have gone out for Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Barr, Gonzalez, Sessions, Mueller, Lynch, Holder, Garland, the Clintons, with more to come. Carmageddon is here. In the last show, I was asked to comment on the Epstein list. It has been released and it is on several websites. In all fairness, being on the flight logs does not imply guilt for all the nefarious activity on the island. Some people never visited the island and used the plane to get to other functions, as in Trump's case when he and his family took a short trip on the mainland. Trump was instrumental in taking down Epstein, who was kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. Add the fact he never went to Epstein Island. Ghislaine Maxwell said she never saw any inappropriate behavior facts the lamestream press seemed to ignore. The Dems have pretty much lied about everything lately, brought forth deceptive witnesses, some real psychopaths in previous cases like Russian collusion, fake P-tapes, false rape charges, criminal business allegations. Until witnesses are verified to be credible, the jury is still out. Epstein used his plane to gain favor with high-powered people, often at a price, not without temptations. Not suffering from TDS. I can't see Trump engaging in these activities with his wife and kid on the plane. Having a wife like Melania or his previous wives and family, one would think he would have his hands full. Others being on the list multiple times, up to 28 in some cases, and flying to the island definitely implies inappropriate behavior, to say the least. The ones screaming the loudest attacking Trump seem to be the ones with multiple trips to the island. Obama, the Clintons, Schiff, and a host of others are all pointing the finger at Trump. It's called accusing others of what you are doing, deep state hypocrisy. High-level people will be held accountable. There is a special task force assigned to this case. When looking at the event psychically, I see big holes in the list, which could mean several things. Either some people will not be prosecuted, or some on the list did not engage in sex crimes or were victims themselves, now turning state's evidence. Bigger fish are going down with Russiagate, and eventually I believe karma will have its way and justice will be done in both cases. It is inescapable due to Earth's ascension. Imagine the light reviews of these people. Some will be dissolved back into pure energy with no remembrance of self. They are irredeemable. We have to admit Trump has done a hell of a lot of good for this country. I often ask the question, what good have the Dems done? They're Soros-funded DAs and paid protesters, many of which don't even know why they are there. Some admit to being paid, others have to read from propaganda flyers holding pre-made signs. Nothing natural or organic about that. Did you ever wonder why almost every deportation is a lost vote for Dems? What is democratic or pro-America about flooding the country with unvetted illegal aliens, overtaxing the system, crime rates through the roof, defending rapists, murderers, demanding to be brought back and released into society? I am seeing some very treasonous acts, if not mental illness, on an epidemic scale with Dems and rhinos. How can they claim to be defenders of democracy when they refuse to accept or follow the will of the people, a duly elected president by an overwhelming majority going against the policies he was elected upon? It is an oxymoron, emphasis on moron. Can you imagine watching this on high from the heavens, or what spiritually and technologically advanced off-worlders are saying? Some of our ancient ancestors saw what a mess we have made of the planet and present civilization. How far we have strayed from universal law. There is a solution, and that is a massive influx of higher consciousness and energy growing exponentially that is well underway. The chaos is part of the healing. Nothing turns people to God like a major storm, fire, hurricane, earthquake, tsunami, or volcanic eruption. Nature's way of restoring the land and the energy. There are over 700 fires in Canada and 400 plus fires in America which are not natural. South America and Africa are literally on fire. Europe as well. Why is the majority of this not covered in lamestream news? Could the cause be DW weapons and chemtrails on steroids? It seems like a major culling or depopulation program is underway. Space news. 31 Atlas is on its way, and it is not a comet. The beings on it created the glass-lined caves on Earth found to be 600 million years old, some of the first colonies. They are very indifferent, neutral, just observers, so nothing to worry about. Oumuamua is also occupied and is tied to Easter Island. I would imagine they will join the higher councils in the planetary liberation process. There are other massive ships parked behind the moon observed by CT and NASA. The space above Earth is literally littered with ships. Anyone can see this. Go out on a clear night, dark moon preferably, and you will see fleets of smaller ships along with larger motherships. Some will try to dismiss this as satellites, yet satellites cannot account for the numbers, size, shape, and colors of the ships. Many off-world visitors are our ancestors returning to free humanity from the old guard, the tyrants using draconian law that has enslaved humanity for well over 450,000 years. Consider it divine intervention. It is time for us all to be part of the solution. Live according to universal law, start being kind to each other and the planet. All else is coming to an end. We and the planet are ascending. James Gililand, asceti.org.